Confidence, people talk about it every day. Some say you're born with it, others say it's something you learn. But the truth is deeper than that. Confidence is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is not the person who talks the most or the one with the fanciest clothes. Confidence is something quiet, something powerful, something that grows inside you long before the world ever sees it on the outside. Confidence begins with a simple idea, believing that you can handle life. Many people think confidence means being fearless, but that's not true. A confident person feels fear just like anyone else. The difference is that they move forward anyway. They trust themselves. Confidence is the quiet voice inside you that says, "I'll be okay, I can do this, I'll figure it out." It's not ego. Ego shouts, "I'm better than everyone." Confidence whispers, "I can overcome anything." Real confidence doesn't show off. Real confidence doesn't need attention. Real confidence doesn't need approval. It exists even when nobody is watching. People aren't born insecure. Insecurity is taught. A child doesn't care how they sound when they talk. They don't worry if they dance badly. They don't doubt themselves when they try something new. But slowly, life begins to speak to them. A teacher embarrasses them. A parent criticizes them too harshly. A friend laughs when they make a mistake. They start comparing themselves to others. And little by little, they begin to shrink. Confidence doesn't disappear in one moment, it fades in pieces. One insult, one failure, one heartbreak, one rejection. And before you realize it, you stop believing in yourself. You stop raising your hand. You stop trying new things. You stop speaking up. You stop dreaming big. You start playing small. But here's the thing, the confidence you lost was never destroyed. It's still inside you, you just stopped feeding it. Every confident person you admire, whether it's a leader, an artist, an athlete, or even someone you know personally, has one thing in common. They understand themselves. Confidence is born the moment you stop running away from who you are. When you stop pretending. When you stop hiding parts of yourself. When you stop apologizing for existing. Confidence grows when you accept your strengths, but more importantly, when you accept your weaknesses. Because the truth is, confidence is not "I'm perfect." Confidence is, "I'm not perfect, but I'm capable." Once you understand yourself, your fears, your habits, your dreams, confidence becomes easier. Because the person who knows themselves has nothing to fear. A confident person walks into a room and they don't wonder whether people like them. They wonder if they like the room. They don't change their personality depending on who is watching. They don't shrink for anyone. They accept that not everyone will understand them. Not everyone will support them. Not everyone will stay in their life. And that's okay. Because confidence is built on the understanding that your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. The biggest mistake insecure people make is believing everyone is judging them. The truth is, nobody is thinking about you as much as you think. People are too busy worrying about their own lives. The minute you stop worrying about the opinions of strangers, confidence begins to rise naturally. Confidence is not something you wake up with one morning. It's a journey, a slow, steady, sometimes painful process of rebuilding the relationship you have with yourself. Think about this. If you had a friend who constantly insulted you, called you useless, told you you'll fail, and doubted every idea you had, would you stay friends with them? Of course not. But for many people, this is how they speak to themselves every day. You can't build confidence when you are your own enemy. Confidence is built when you become your own teammate, when you become someone you can rely on, someone you can trust, someone who encourages you. Every time you take a small step forward, every time you face something uncomfortable, every time you push yourself just a little more, Every time you choose effort over excuses, your confidence grows. It doesn't matter how small that step is. What matters is that you took it. One of the biggest myths is that confident people don't fail. In reality, confident people fail more than anyone else. But they see failure differently. When they make a mistake, they don't say, "I'm stupid." They say, "Okay, that didn't work. What can I learn from it?" When something doesn't go their way, they don't quit. They adjust. When people laugh at them, they don't hide. They grow stronger. The truth is, failure doesn't destroy confidence. Fear of failure destroys confidence. Imagine how confident you'd feel if you weren't afraid to fail. If you weren't afraid to be judged. If you weren't afraid to start over. You'd be unstoppable. Confidence cannot grow in the wrong environment. If you surround yourself with people who constantly doubt you, laugh at your dreams, or pull you down every time you try something new, your confidence will suffocate. But when you surround yourself with people who inspire you, people who push you, people who want to see you win, confidence grows naturally. You start believing in yourself more because you see possibility around you. If your environment does not support your growth, you're not living, you're surviving. Sometimes the best thing you can do for your confidence is change the room you're in. Confidence doesn't come from big achievements. It comes from small victories you collect every day. Waking up on time, finishing what you started, practicing something repeatedly, keeping a promise you made to yourself, speaking kindly to yourself, taking care of your body, trying even when you feel scared. These small actions build trust, and trust builds confidence. You don't become confident when life suddenly becomes easy. You become confident when you prove to yourself that you can handle the hard things. Many people lose confidence after heartbreak, betrayal, failure, or trauma. When you give your best to something and it falls apart, it feels like a piece of your identity breaks with it. But hear the truth. Confidence can return. And when it does, it returns stronger. Broken confidence teaches you things unbroken confidence never could. It teaches resilience. It teaches patience. It teaches wisdom. It teaches independence. It teaches self-respect. Rebuilding confidence takes time, but the moment you choose to heal, you've already started the process. You don't need to rush. You don't need to impress anyone. You just need to take the next step, no matter how small. Confidence is not a gift. It is not luck. It is not something other people have and you don't. Confidence is a decision. A decision to trust yourself. A decision to try. A decision to grow. A decision to stop letting fear control you. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need the approval of the world. You just need to begin, even if your voice shakes, even if your hands tremble, even if your mind doubts you. Your future self is waiting, and they are far more confident than you can imagine. Start the journey today.